This episode of Power Women of the Trades is also brought to you by Forrest Perry of Forrest Perry Digital Marketing. Want to generate more leads for your service business? Trust his team to deliver quality new customer leads and protect your brand online. Check out perrymarketing.com today.
Most businesses' online presence is boring, and by being boring, they're losing out on potential sales and customers. Being interesting and exciting is what draws customers in and gets them to buy from you. But it's hard to be interesting online when you're focused on running your business and taking care of your customers. It doesn't have to be this way. We have the key to unlocking the solution to your problem. Key Heart Marketing can help take your business from boring to brilliant on social media. We can vouch for them. They run our podcast socials. If you want to have a strong social media presence that allows customers to know, like, and trust you, connect with Key Heart Marketing at keyheartmarketing.com.
Hey everyone, this is Eric Thomas with Rival Digital, and I am proud to announce that we are the newest sponsor for the Power Women of the Trades podcast. We've been a big fan and supporter of the show for years, and we are just very excited and very honored for the opportunity to now be one of the podcast sponsors. So make sure you check out their page and subscribe to the podcast and listen in on wherever you get your podcast episodes from. Rival Digital is a full-service premier digital marketing agency for the home services industry. We offer everything from website design, search engine optimization, online advertising, public relations, and more. If you're interested in learning more about the services we offer for contractors just like yourself, head on over to rivaldigital.com, and we look forward to chatting with you.
Welcome to Power Women of the Trades podcast. This show is all about breaking barriers and changing the game. Our guests will feature some of today's most successful female entrepreneurs and other advocates of our industry as well. Because if there's one thing we know for sure, female-led entrepreneurship drives change on multiple levels. We want to empower women in the trade industry like you so you can maximize your potential, stay balanced, achieve long-term success, and claim ownership over your life. Let's get started.
Okay, so busy lady. So now, what is Just Start AI?
Okay, so side, I've started dabbling a little bit into human design. Have you followed any of the human design stuff? It's like wild, where you put in your birthday, your birth time, and your birth location. It like tells you all about yourself.
Oh, wow, no.
No, I need to do that.
I'll show you. So you put it in, you get your chart online, and then you can put it in a chat GPT and like, please analyze this and tell me how to use it. And I'm kind of using it as a superpower, but I have a triple split. And what that means is like, I have to be in like so many different places and all of this energy happening. And then I can bring them together for a more holistic, synergistic solution. And I think that's kind of what's happening here. So I've got my trades business, and then I have Boxed for the Trades, which is a lot of the operational support.
Mm-hmm.
And then Just Start AI came from me hanging out with Jennifer Bagley a bit. And so I don't know if you're familiar, but she runs CI Web Group, and she is like brilliant in AI, controversial in the marketing space out here.
For sure. She makes me think like, she really makes me think. Like I like
She had a furrowed brow. For those of you listening, she put on her deep thinking face.
as much as my Botox would let me. But she really does make me think like, wait a second. And then what I love about her too, side note, is shout out Jennifer, is whenever all the tech bros are like, no, that's not right. And I'm like, is it? So anyway, sorry. Side note, someone's going to clip that.
Okay. So here's the thing is, a couple of years ago, I got exposed to Jennifer in a couple of different groups. And I was like, I don't know if I believe in the strategy. And so I've interviewed her for several years in different spaces, and I hadn't chosen to work with her. Loved her as a person, but it wasn't mainstream. And I thought, well, if most people aren't doing this, then why would I want to jump that way, right? And so I worked with a lot of people in the trades who I respect still, and I think that what they're doing is really good for the masses, I suppose. I don't even know if I actually believe that, right? I think what they're doing is what they know. And I think they believe what they're doing is good.
I love the heck out of you.
But so I started talking to Jennifer, and I realized people don't like her because they're scared of her. And people don't like her because they don't understand her heart. Like Jennifer loves the trades. Jennifer loves the contractor. She gets frustrated by the fact that we're not getting success, or like the light bulb isn't on, it's not clicking. And so the more I talk to her, the more I realize not only is this woman freaking brilliant, but she has a really great heart. And as we're talking, I thought, because I told her, I said, Jen, stop playing doomsday. Like, I don't want to hear any more of this AI doomsday going to change the way that we do business. What are we going to do? How are we going to survive? And then I started figuring out she's actually on the cutting edge. She's not predicting doomsday. What she is saying is like, look, this is coming. Come with me. Let me help you get there. And so when that changed for me, I said, we have to invite other people in. We have to start explaining to contractors that the world as we know it is changing. And the only way for them to be ready is to just start. And that's where Just Start AI came from. And so I don't care where you're starting, but you can't ignore the fact that the world is changing. And so start somewhere, start where you're comfortable.
I think this is a really good conversation because I had a pretty hard take on AI for a long time. And I was really like vocal about it. And I do still have a hard take, whatever I'm trying to say on about AI. But before I was just like, absolutely not, absolutely not, absolutely not. And now like AI is like AI in a lot of things in me. Right. But I had to understand that it wasn't trying to take over. Like I wasn't going to become a robot. And no, I think that's where contractors got so scared is it was like AI is trying to come for our jobs. And it's like, no, you can utilize so much of AI that we're a long ways away from a robot going into an attic and installing an air conditioner. And if that does happen, and when that does happen, there's still going to have to be someone that operates it and drives it there. Okay. And then maybe the Jetsons future even further. Here's what I'm saying is that we still got time. We don't have to go so hostile of just start AI. Just start
just start. So I equate AI to being my my cape, right? Like I'm putting on my cape. It makes me feel like I have a superpower. I love, I talk to think. You're probably similar, Cassie. Like you talk out loud to think instead of thinking before you talk sometimes, right? And so I like to engage with my chat partner for that. But I believe in humans and I love the heck out of my people and developing them. But if I can do it better, if I can be stronger and I can leverage tools to do that, let's go. Yeah. Right. And so I subscribe to the AI barbell theory where I need it to be balanced. I have AI on one side and human development on the other. The more that I invest in AI, the more time, space, capacity, responsibility I have in investing in my humans also. Right. And I can keep doing reps. And the stronger I get, the more weight I can put on and I get stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah. So my whole mission is for us to get started and learn more about AI. Don't be scared of it. Although I'm terrified. I am also equally terrified as I am excited. And get started in ways that don't feel so threatening. So my advice to you is if you don't have your team on board in AI, don't try to automate your processes or bring AI directly into the workplace. Encourage them to use it to make dinner, right? Like I have these ingredients in my house. What should I make? Encourage them to write bedtime stories with their kids. Encourage them to work with it, to lift the load somewhere else, and they'll start feeling like it's a superpower. And then they'll be able to bring that superpower into work with them.
You know, one of the first things that we used in our company that I think got people really thinking was Rilla. So we used the recording, blah, blah, blah. But then when they could see the AI transcription and then that they could ask questions and get a response, it didn't feel so hostile. It didn't feel like it's coming from my job. It felt like it was an enhancement to me. And then from that one addition, everything that we've added since has been like no questions asked, excited, willing to learn it, because they weren't so fearful. Because I think the way AI was introduced originally into our industry, and maybe even to the world, was it was just like, boom, one day, light switch, robots, or that's how it felt. It felt a little doomsday. And it's like, we're in enhancement mode right now.
Yeah.
That's it. Right. And so there's so many things in my life, like, girl, and my chat GPT, I call her Gigi. She knows me so well. Like, I'm telling you, Kaylee will be like, you're going to have to ask yours because mine's not even. And then I'll get a response and I'm like, boom. Like,
isn't it crazy? Have you started using projects where you can organize those thoughts into projects? And so like those are really strong. Love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and then the other piece of it, like Shopify is a whole new beast for us because of the boutique, and Shopify is like
I freaking loved your post about Shopify
in the inventory.
When you're like, I pay $100 for it, and look, it's so much stronger than anything else.
It's literally insane.
It's so easy to navigate.
It's so easy. Like at this point, I'm literally like, either Shopify needs to buy somebody needs to buy. They need to merge these together. But Shopify has this little, we call him Jeff.
Yeah, we call him Jeff.
We don't know if he has a real name, but he's a little man up there. And listen, you can say, like, this is what I need you to fix on the website, and it does it. It doesn't just like, oh, hey, it takes you there, and then it's like, you want me to do it? And you're like, yeah, boy, and it's like, that's amazing. And so we're
not just talking, get to work.
Yeah. Get to it.
We're in such a time of expansion, and you don't understand how far you can expand until you expose yourself to those things. So like now that you've had that experience with Shopify, you can push the boundary somewhere else. You know that your expectations can be higher because you've seen it done.
It's possible. And it's just like, maybe it'll refocus. I thought to myself, like, what if we had Service Titan, respectfully, understanding Shopify so well that it helps us later? Or maybe we just get an integration and that's our inventory. I don't know. Our team was like, are you about to put us all on Shopify for warehouse inventory? Because that's like an insane project always, right? And I'm like, no, maybe. But no.
Well, that's the thing. And like, I feel like we have so much exposure to all of these solutions. Why not collaborate more?
Yep.
Right? Like, bring your zone of genius in, admit that you can't be the end all be all to everyone. Let's, collaborate, create an ecosystem of success, and freaking go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really excited about. Not everyone thinks that way or moves that fast. I believe in the good. I want to bring light everywhere. I don't think about someone's bad intentions before I do something. I'm learning that that's a little bit naive.
Yeah.
But I believe in the good in people.
I do too. And this is something, okay, so I think you and I are so way more alike than we probably even realize, because the reason why, people say, how have you been able to do that? Here's the truth. I am faster than you. Like, not you, but most people, right? So it's not that I
have been faster than me, but I'm coming, Cassie.
Well, but you know what I mean? Like, I opened a boutique in 60 days and with the full website, and everyone's like, how'd you do that? Because that was what I said I was going to do. The idea comes and I move quick. I don't wait for a meeting next week to talk about it and then shelf it and then do something. It's just like the idea came, we did it. If someone suggests a marketing change, we don't, we'll do that next month. We do it today. We make changes constantly, and we just move quickly. It's
the feedback loop. It's data in, iterate, change, execute.
And move. And if you're not moving like that, then if I didn't move like that, I just don't think I could function. I do think a little bit of it is a trauma response because I think that I grew up in chaos. And so I expect chaos. And when I need, not that our daily life is chaos, but we move quick because I like the motion of quick.
Well, it also means that you're comfortable in that space. So I don't even know that you you're comfortable in chaos and you can move through it anyway. You don't let it stunt you.
Yeah. And it's like, just like with you adding all these additional businesses, Well, why wouldn't you? Right now, some people, like you said, just didn't want to be an owner. Some people just, that's not their space that they want.
She's a badass owner though.
Such a girl. I love that girl. Like, she saved our butt so many times with Service Titan over the years. Like, she's so good. Right. But sometimes it's just but build your team and build the people that want to go with you and just keep moving. Don't hold yourself back into
what could.
I don't have a lot of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. And I think that's why I'm able to move so fast. And I don't see it in other people either. I heard Keith Mercutio once. It's like, you want people to do big things, believe they're big.
Right.
Right. And you have to see that part. And so that's how I felt about Jessica. I've always been super impressed. My first time, I really only got involved in the industry because of Jess and her connection to Lady Titans. You and I met, Cassie, like 3 years ago at a Women in HVAC event. And that was my first event out in the world because Jessica was connected and she really wanted to go. I'm like, okay, let's go. I brought a couple of my team members. First time I podcasted, and I was there riding on Jess's celebrity.
Yeah.
Right. And putting her out there. She was so uncomfortable. She was so uncomfortable in that space. And now she's thriving in it. And that's my job at Box, is to remind her what her genius is and how the world needs her. So I'm really in there being a cheerleader and like lifting, being the wind beneath the wings. That is not my space to run. But I can say my business and my career would not be where it is without the support of the Woodruffs and without the organizational and foundation in Service Titan that way. You know, you can't be everything to everyone. You need those. You need people.
And you have to be willing. We talk about this a lot on this podcast here recently in our business here. Like, I am not afraid to hire people smarter than me, but man, there are so many contractors who are, because it's an ego thing. And it's like, man, I want everyone at the table smarter than me. I want challenge, bring the things that I don't know, and let's utilize those and propel this thing, you know? And I just
you're a facilitator like me. You're good at bringing them together and letting them execute in their space.
For sure.
I think you might hold people a little bit more accountable than I do. And I'm learning that. And that might be your Best Buy background.
Yeah, probably. We were, we had a meeting this morning that accountability is not an attack. You know, especially sometimes when it comes from a woman, it seems people like to be like, you're attacking me. But no, like, accountability isn't an attack, but like, we are all just out here being adults, like trying to do this life every day together, and like, let's do it. But we got to be responsible and make good decisions and be accountable.
Yeah,
for sure.
So Stephanie, what advice do you have for the next generation of leaders coming into the trades?
You know, if you want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Learn from each other. Figure out what your unique genius and contribution to the world is, and like, let that shine, but bring others along this road. I don't want to build a world by myself, you know, and I'm in a really unique spot now where I feel like I have a lot to give, but I know I still have a lot to learn. So I'm kind of in this in between. And I think you just have to stay curious. You have to stay open. And you start to really learn, not for me, right? Yeah. Not for me. I have a really good friend who's building businesses in a way that I don't necessarily align with. And she says, Steph, not everyone wants to follow me. People want what you're doing too. And there's space for both. And it kind of like opened up permission for me to go.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I would say to those coming up, keep your eyes open, look around, learn from others. Don't miss the lessons. Figure out, you know, how to integrate those and realize that you can be a master and a student at the same time.
I love that.
For sure. So there's one other question in here that Kaylee always makes us questions and we never use them.
Yeah.
Because we just chat.
Yeah. You just do what you want.
Yeah. What is the legacy that you're trying to build?
Oh, I'm still figuring this out a bit. Right now, people always say, or I've heard a lot recently, build a business you can sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Build a business you can sell. And I'm like, forget that. Build a business worth keeping.
Yeah.
Like, let's build these legacy businesses that are really good for us. And if we decide to sell them, fantastic, right? Like, that's up to us. That's our prerogative. Maybe you find the right partner. Maybe it's the right time in your life. Maybe whatever, you're ready to move on to something. Cool. I'm going to build a business that I love. I'm not building it strategically to sell it. I'm building it for my people. I'm building it for my community. I'm building it because I believe that we can do better.
Yeah,
and I'm
I literally
so
like that made me so emotional. I like immediately gasp, and I wrote it down. Build a business worth keeping. Yeah, yes, we're all working so hard. Just build one that's worth keeping. Quit jumping on what people are saying is a potential possibility. There's this new song out by Morgan Wallen and Hardy and whatever, it's like MacArthur. And I keep hearing it on TikTok, and it says, basically, I got $1 million line to sign on. And in 18 months, I don't know why I'm about to cry. In 18 months, this will be a neighborhood. But he was, thinking about the generations that kept the land and whatever. And every time I hear that, I think about this business and how many $1 million lines have been offered and how many times we've continued to say no. And how many times people have told me that was a mistake, and how many times that I'm running my kids' future because of employees that don't love me the same. And I'm like, yes, they do.
Your kids are fine.
And
your kids are going to be fine. Like, you've created generational wealth regardless of whether you sell that business or not.
Yeah.
And so I believe in us coming together. This is my big thing. I have this idea. I've called it Fuel. It's Revolutionary Growth Collective for legacy businesses. Because I'm so tired of PEs having the edge of the marketing company or the recruiting or pricing, like the buy groups and economy of scale. Why are we continuing to give 20% of the industry, those that probably don't have our homeowners and our community's best interests at heart, the advantage, right? Like, why are suppliers and distributors doing that? It's because they're collected, right? Like, they together can show this massive buy power. Well, let's just freaking do that.
Do it ourselves. Yeah.
Let's just do that. And let's continue.
Yeah, you messaged me about this before.
Let's continue to build incredible businesses, because also AI is going to impact us, right? Not just that it's coming for our jobs. BS. It's actually strengthening our jobs in the trades, and more people are coming because they're not going to be able to work in the entry-level jobs that they're used to working in. Where are they going to go?
Yeah.
They're going to come work with their hands. Yeah. And we have to have the systems built for that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's going to be freaking incredible.
We had a financial advisor that was talking to us recently, and he said, the reason why PE is coming for you guys so hard is you're the last industry that AI can't completely take over as far as like replacing. So like PE sees us as money, right? And we know that, we see that.
I don't know though. Like, Cassie, I feel like it's my responsibility and yours for us to continue to build businesses that support our communities. And I don't believe that somebody in an ivory tower in New York is going to do it better than I am.
They're not. No, they're not going to come to these football games, these baseball little leagues.
I don't hate PE. People are like, you're so anti. No, I believe if that's right for you and your business, great. I don't know what our future holds. I'm not saying I'm anti any of it. I think partnerships are going to be really important. I think part of what's kept me down is because I've always said no to outside investment. Right. But if I have the right partners, then that are putting wind beneath my wings, like, let's fly high.
Yeah.
Right. That's the fuel idea. That's like, fuel this plane that I have built.
Yeah.
And I have all sorts of ideas behind that, but it's complicated. It's a complicated model.
It is for sure. And I just love that you have the same thought process
Fire.
with me. Cause yeah, and fire for sure with that, because there's so many people that says that our thought is wrong. And that's wrong. And I just don't think it is. And I know for a fact that our business is making a significant impact in our community. And it would be profoundly different if it was not operated by us.
Your business is not just making an impact in your community. You have a national, if not international impact, because when we see that you can do it, we're going to keep doing it too. Right. And so your impact is so much bigger than your local community. And I appreciate that. I'm like, if Cassie and Oscar can build quality like they're doing, why can't Stephanie and Kevin build Airworks that way? Like, let's freaking go. Yeah. I use it as an example, as fire, to build bigger. So that impact has massive ripple effects.
Well, thank you. I got so emotional on this. Thank you so much. And everyone, I always just tell everyone that listens is it's just delusion. I'm just insane. I just believe that we can do whatever we think. When we started Garage Doors, why? Everyone was like, why are you starting Garage Doors? Because we're in the customer's garage 90% of the time. Why would we not leverage? And well, do you know what it takes to do that? No. Did we figure it out? Yep. Mm-hmm. Did we start having $100,000 sales months in Garage Doors within 4 months? Yeah, because it's just like, I believe anything is possible. And I think when you just adopt that mindset of like, let's go, you just go.
Mm-hmm. It's all about mindset.
For sure. Stephanie, I have loved chatting with you. I am so sad that this took us so long to get this conversation.
It was right. I think the universe works in really crazy ways.
Yes.
And I feel like I was at the right time to start having this conversation out loud.
For sure. And I want to talk more about Box for the Trades just personally. But for the business, for us, there's a few things that we can always need help. We always need Jess for, but, also just like, I think that just what I've seen personally, I would love to get you guys out there even more because I know you guys can help a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And then of course I'm going to go figure out this Just Start. And I have notes because I'm going to have to figure out what human design is now.
I'll teach you all about that. But Just Start AI is a free community to join contractors, vendors, etc. We talk about all things. I try to be the entry level, right? I'm doing some entry classes into some of the AI tools that are out there. Jen talks about just mind blowing. She's pushing the limits. She'll tell you what things are not safe, things not to get involved in. So join us at juststartai.io. You can join the community. It's a circle community outside of Facebook. So we have courses and other things happening. But just start.
Just start. I love it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And hopefully we've kind of taken a conference break, but we'll get back into the groove. So hopefully we catch up with you sometime soon. And we're always rooting for you.
Yes.
Thank you. Same here. Take care.
This has been Power Women of the Trades. Like what you hear so far? Leave us a review at Apple. And make sure to listen to our other episodes wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.